I love you, but I'm not in love with you. I really miss you. Can we spend time together? But I'm not ready for a relationship right now. Can't we just be friends? I just need time and space to heal. But hey, I was thinking of you. How are you doing? These are the constant mixed messages that an avoidant can send after they've discarded you, when they are endlessly breadcrumbing you. This is the land of avoidant limbo, where they are endlessly stringing you along, giving you breadcrumbs and false hope that the relationship might be officially rekindled. It is an extremely agonizing place to be that creates tons of anxiety and uncertainty because they keep on sending you mixed messages but never following through. Every day you're looking at your phone wondering, is this the day where they're going to officially commit to me and realize how much they screwed up? Or is this the day they're going to ghost me again? The avoidant keeps coming, they keep going, they keep coming, they keep going, coming towards you, but then when things get close, they pull away and never committing to actually rekindling the relationship in an official capacity. This creates anxiety like you wouldn't believe. When the avoidant does this, they are validation seeking. They want to know that you are still an available option for them in their back pocket. They want to know that you still want them and that they can pick you up out of the friend zone and bring you back in as a romantic validation whenever they want. And every time you take the bait and tell them how much you miss them and how much you want to commit to them again, it gives them the validation they need, and it removes any sense of urgency for them to work on themselves and repair the relationship, because you're an available option. Now they can continue to avoid. This is the push-pull dynamic playing out in real life as well as in the mind of the avoidant. On one hand, they love the benefits of you and they have certain level of feelings for you. But on the other hand, the emotional intimacy of the relationship frightens them, especially if you are a person that treats them well, that shows them unconditional love, affection, and commitment. This is precisely what triggers their fears. Because the avoidant fears that if they let you in behind that wall into their heart, you are going to figure out that the avoidant is in fact unlovable and you are going to reject and abandon them because you'll figure out that you're too good for them. This all goes back to childhood when the avoidant was emotionally neglected by their parents or their caretakers. This sent them the message that if you rely on anyone for your emotional needs, they're going to reject and they're going to abandon you. But when the avoidant keeps on stringing you along, this is extremely selfish behavior because this person is only thinking of themselves. They are only thinking of their own perceived wants, needs, for validation in the moment. They are not thinking of how much stress and anxiety this causes the person that they're breadcrumbing. This causes enormous anxiety in the person being breadcrumbed because it keeps on giving them false hope. This person wants the avoidant back so badly, and it just creates this absolute uncertainty and almost desperation in the person being breadcrumbed. However, you, as the person being breadcrumbed, do have the opportunity to end this and to actually help yourself heal and send yourself a powerful message. This is an opportunity to hold boundaries. Boundaries being what you will and will not tolerate, what you want and don't want, and what you need and don't need. Boundaries are your force field. They are your line in the sand. They are there to protect you. Your boundaries determine the behavior that you will take and won't take. And you get to set and enforce your boundaries, and nobody's boundaries are alike, and yours are just as important as anyone else's. You can tell the avoidant in a kind way, listen, I care about you, I love you, I miss you, but we are either all in or we are all out, because this halfway thing, this breadcrumbing, it is hurting me, it is causing me pain. If you can't commit to the relationship, okay, but please allow me the time and space to heal and to work on myself so I can become whole again. Because you don't have to allow this behavior to continue. You can actually send yourself a very powerful message. When you hold this boundary, you are telling yourself that you do have your own back, that you can rely on yourself even when it's tough, that you can stand up for your own emotional wants and needs, and that your feelings do matter. But when you allow this treatment, when you allow yourself to be strung along in this land of avoidant limbo, you are sending yourself a very negative message. Even if you're not consciously telling this to yourself, you are subconsciously saying, hey, it's okay to treat me this way. I don't deserve any better than this. I can be strung along, and I can't rely on myself to stand up for my wants and needs. I can't rely on myself to hold boundaries. This pushes you further into anxiety and insecurity because you are allowing the mistreatment of yourself. Even if this person is not intending to hurt you, they're not intending to not hurt you either because they aren't thinking of you. They wouldn't treat you this way if they truly were concerned about your emotions, your feelings, or your well-being. It's a reflection of them and their selfishness and their unhealed attachment wounds. It's not a reflection of you. However, whether you choose to hold boundaries or not is a reflection of you and how you feel about yourself. It is not an easy thing to do to hold boundaries, but the consequences of not holding boundaries are so much more profound. Not to mention, when you hold boundaries, that can be a wake-up call to this person because you're no longer enabling them. You are sending them the message that it's not okay to treat someone like this. It's not okay to endlessly string someone along, and that they could potentially lose you forever due to their own behavior. This can be an incentive for this person to start self-reflecting, to actually take a look and start processing these emotions that they've been running from, to start healing from the core attachment wounds that they've been running from, to start taking accountability instead of avoiding accountability, because that's what avoidants do. They avoid primarily self-reflection and feelings. That can be the wake-up call that gets this person to truly commit to authentic change. However, that is up to them. If they don't take the wake-up call, if they continue this behavior, they can continue this for a life. They can continue this until old age, but that doesn't mean that you're obligated to allow them to string you along until old age, because your worth is worth so much more than being treated like this. If this person wants to change, that is great. The best way you can help them is by holding boundaries and holding their feet to the fire. But if they refuse to change, that is not your fault. You can't force anybody to do anything, and you certainly can't force anybody to heal. It's the old saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. But you can and absolutely should take care of yourself, because your feelings, your mental well-being, your emotional sanity is so important. So don't neglect yourself and don't allow yourself to be strung on in a way that is only causing you pain and anxiety. You never would have done it to this person, so you don't deserve it done to you.